Are you going through a difficult time right now? How can simplifying your life help? Currently, I am feeling a bit overwhelmed, but I'm truly thankful that I have simplified my life. Otherwise, I think this would be much tougher. And I want to share about how adopting a simple lifestyle will help you with tough times that life will throw your way. Welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, and if you are feeling overwhelmed and tired and would like tips about simple and healthy living, then spend some time with me. So this video is going to be a little more candid and less formal because my purpose in sharing this video is twofold. First is to share my situation, because if any of you are going through the same thing, I hope that my story will help. Then is to share how simplifying my life has been helping me through this time. If you have been watching my videos, I think you could guess some of my story, but let me put it all together. Let's start with who I am. I'm a wife to my husband of over 30 years, a mother to 2 adult children, a college professor, a caregiver to my mom who lives with me and my husband, and someone who just wants a simple and healthy life. In order to understand my present situation, let me back up a little bit. About 4 years ago, I stepped up to help my aging parents by seeing them 1 to 2 times a week to help them with groceries, medical appointments, and whatever else they needed. They were living independently then, but we could see their needs increasing as their health steadily declined. Then almost 2 years ago, my dad fell and was hospitalized. His fall magnified existing health conditions and revealed new problems, while his overall health took a steep decline. We moved both my parents into assisted living, and 8 months later, my dad passed away and my mom moved in with me. That was tough, but being the main caregiver to my mom has been much more difficult than I anticipated. With her dementia and other health issues, she needs a good amount of care and she cannot be left alone. Therefore, it has been difficult to carry on my usual roles without help. So, what does simple living have to do with all this? Well, before my parents' health declined, I decided that I wanted to declutter a lot of my house and simplify different areas of my life. And I'm so glad I did, because having a more simple life has allowed me to take on the role of being my mom's main caregiver and make this season of life more manageable. However, going through this has also revealed areas that I can work on. So, being someone who likes lists in order, I want to share 5 ways where simplifying my life is helping me through this challenging stage, and maybe yours if you're going through something similar, and then 4 ways I could improve in simplifying even more. So, how has my simple lifestyle been helping me through this tough season? Number 1, less to take care of overall. Because I had already gotten rid of a bunch of stuff around the house, there's less to clean and keep track of. Less items to organize, clean, maintain, sort, and remember about. I decreased my book collection by half. I still have more books that I could part with, but getting rid of half my collection was a good start. Less stuff on my counters and around the house mean I have less to sort through and deal with, and that has been good. Number 2, easier to find things. A place for everything. By using the container method and having designated space for items around the house, I've been able to find things faster and not waste as much time looking for things. It has also made it easier to give instructions to the caregivers who come to take care of my mom to have everything organized and in its space. They can easily find things without searching multiple areas or asking me more than once where things are. So I am glad I had most items in place and organized already. Number 3, room for my mom's stuff. So with this one, I am super thankful that my mom is very practical and doesn't need much. And as her dementia has progressed and she has been forgetting the significance of certain items, we have helped her downsize a lot, such as with her clothes and some furniture items. There are some items that she didn't want anymore, but I still have fond memories of them, such as this tiger. So I will keep it because of stories I can remember from it. But overall, we were able to fit all her things into her room. Number 4, besides simplifying physical items, simplifying obligations and things that kept me busy for no real purpose has given my schedule more flexibility to manage appointments and unexpected circumstances for my mom and myself. Part of being a caregiver is to manage the schedule of the person you are caring for. I now need to keep track of all my mom's appointments and time commitments in addition to my own. and unfortunately, as her dementia progresses, her needs will increase. Now, I will admit that this is easier for me at my life stage since my kids are grown and they manage their own schedules. I do know others who have to manage their children's appointments, activities, and time commitments in addition to their parents and their own. That's where setting well-defined priorities will help, and I will talk about that in a few minutes, so stick around for that. Number 5. A simplified life has given me more time to complete my goals and have time for self-care. In addition to the time needed to care for my mom, I still need and want time to work on my own goals and activities. Since I have decreased my workload and eliminated some activities, I can still fit in time to work on my personal goals. Now, every challenge will be different, and not all challenging events will allow us to complete our goals as we work through the difficulties set before us. In my case of being a caregiver, even though I did have time for my work and some personal goals, I was starting to feel burnt out. So I looked for more ways to simplify my load, such as hiring caregivers to help. If you can, make sure you make time for self-care so you don't burn out. Even 15 or 30 minutes at the end of each day to journal or read has helped me to relax and gather my thoughts. What do you think so far? How can simple living help you through the challenges that you are going through? Please share with us in the comments below, and please hit the like button if this video is helping you so far. That would help me a lot. Thank you, and let's keep going. Now I want to share about areas that I'm learning while going through my circumstances. While simple living has given me the foundation to handle the challenges of life, going through these moments shows us more ways to simplify and reduce things that can be complicating our situation. So here are 4 things that I'm learning to improve and simplify. Number 1, decrease expectations on myself as a caregiver. This experience is really making me think about my role as a caregiver. What am I responsible for? What am I willing to do? What are my limits? I had a good talk with one of my friends who is going through a similar situation with her parents, and that conversation actually helped me feel a little freer, because when I first started helping my parents, their reliance on me grew and I felt responsible for everything, and that's too big of a weight to carry. My friend helped me see that even though we should be willing to help our parents, we cannot be expected to take on the entire weight of the needs of our parents or whoever we are helping while neglecting our own lives. Currently, I see my role as caregiver is to give care to my mom as best as I can within my capabilities, while acknowledging that I do have limits. I mean, I did get hurt trying to lift my mom once, hence the wrist splint. So whatever is beyond my capacity, physically and mentally, I ask for help, either from friends and family or from hiring caregivers. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for everyone who has been able to help, because there's no way I'm able to take care of everything myself. By decreasing expectations on myself as a caregiver, I acknowledge that I cannot be perfect and to not be so hard on myself when things don't go as expected. Number 2, decrease expectations on myself in general. As I am still navigating this season of life, I will admit that I was not prepared to be my mom's caregiver, and it helps to know from talking to others that we usually are not prepared to assume this role. I mean, for any of life's challenges, especially when they are unexpected, we are never prepared. So how can we be expected to have unreasonably high expectations of ourselves when these circumstances arise? To add on a big role as caregiver to my other roles in life takes readjustment and reprioritizing. I cannot keep up the level of performance and achievement with my other roles. For my classes, I tell my students that I will be taking an extra few days to a week to finish grading their assignments. I dropped a couple of unimportant activities, and I admit that for this channel, I haven't been able to keep up as much as I want. So for now, I will decrease my uploads to 2 to 3 times a month instead of weekly. But I really enjoy creating content that hopefully helps you. So I'm working on going back to weekly uploads soon. So please subscribe for upcoming content. Number 3, differentiate between my priorities. So there is a difference between things that are urgent and things that are important. Sometimes we have items that come up that are urgent and important, such as the times that my mom has fallen. It was urgent and important to get her to the ER as soon as possible. Then there are things that are urgent but not important, such as some calls and emails to return, so I know I can wait a little bit on those if needed. Then there are things that are important but not urgent, such as my personal goals, which I make time for when I can, but know that sometimes these can be delayed if something urgent and important comes up. Or time with friends and family, which I have found valuable for my soul. But these are items that can be rescheduled when those urgent and important things come up. However, I make sure to schedule time for cultivating my relationships each week. Then there are things that are neither important or urgent, such as TV shows and checking social media. These things can be fun and relieve stress, but can easily take up more time than we want if we are not careful. So each day I have about 2 to 3 top priorities that I must do. Sometimes I have just one to help me feel accomplished, and then I figure out how to fit the rest of my priorities depending on my time. And if I can't get to everything, I have learned to readjust my mindset to accept that things can be done or completed later. And number 4, minimizing distractions. Taking care of my mom's needs has ushered in weekly appointments with her doctors, nurses, occupational and physical therapists, and other specialists. Thankfully, most of these appointments are part of her home health, but there are a few that are not. And while I try to schedule most of these appointments on a couple of specific days each week, just so I can designate other days for my own work and needs, it doesn't always work like that, and I feel constantly distracted, and things come up on an almost daily basis which require my attention, and I feel like I'm constantly switching hats, which just gets tiring. I'm working on this, so if you have any suggestions or ideas, let us know in the comments below. We can always help each other. So the point of this video is to encourage you to simplify your life so that when difficult times arise, you can be better equipped to handle them. Simplifying our lives does more than giving us a clean house and more time for our pursuits. It can help us to get through challenging times because we don't need to deal so much with the clutter in our lives. And when hard times come, we will be more ready. If you have any other thoughts or suggestions, please share them with us in the comments below. So click the like button and remember to subscribe for future content about simple living for a healthy life. Until then, stay healthy and live simply. If you would like some self-care tips as you are going through some tough times, especially if you are a caregiver in any capacity, watch this video next. See you over there.